Hi, everybody. Alright, so today is September 11th of 2017. This is the day after 9/11 has started, on September 11th, 2001. Needless to say, it's hard to lose a family from losing a family from a World Trade Center. And can you imagine that you're inside of a World Trade Center and all of a sudden you can't get out? And all of a sudden it's collapsed to the ground? You'd be dead by soon. And that's what we don't forget 9/11. And sometimes it's kind of sad that when you see the building collapse and people were running to get away from the smoke and people has to evacuate the place. And I think this is the basically terrorists is one of the worst thing we had in the worst thing they had in New York City. But this is what we have to remember: the people that lost their lives, and to understand that 9/11 is one of our terrorists. And especially when Osama bin Laden to bring these men to the airport and create this terrorist masterpiece. So this is one of the cases that when George W. Bush made his speech in White House about the tragedy of the World Trade Center, and people will never forget 9/11. And I will never, ever forget 9/11. Because this is one of our terrorists that happened in New York City. And brave men and women, law enforcement, firefighters, ambulance, they've been doing their duty so fast to make sure people safe. And many people were killed. And can you imagine the person that's outside the window from World Trade Center, and that person is falling to the ground, that jumped off the World Trade Center? Can you imagine that? That a person is outside the World Trade Center, waving his arms outside, waving for help, and all of a sudden, what happened? People were falling off the World Trade Center. Fall right into the building. And all these people that have been worked really hard it was law enforcement, ambulance, firefighters. They fought whatever they can to get people out and to make sure they're safe. So that's three of them. Three. Police officers, firefighters, ambulance, all the rest of the crew. They work really hard to keep people safe and make them get out of danger. So that's when two World Trade Centers have been destroyed because of the terrorists. 2 airplanes crash in World Trade Center. And now this is the time that we have to start praying for the people, for the life loss of that caused the effect of the World Trade Center. If we can start praying for them, This is gonna show us that we care. It's gonna show that we appreciate for all their dirty work that they've been working so hard. And I know firefighters and police officers and ambulance. I know the rest of them has to go through this mess, and it's probably terrifying them. It kind of terrifies the way it has to happen. And I'm sure. And did people got scared? Yes. People were in New York City. They're scared. They got terrified that when the airplane had hit to the World Trade Center, it was like a big explosion. So, and I'm sure people were terrified and scared and making sure people are safe. So, before I go, I know this is kind of, it's hard to talk about 9/11, that people has to go through this nightmare and through this terrible mess they went through. And I mean, law enforcement, firefighters, and ambulance. I mean, I admire them for what they did 9/11 to protect and serve people and making sure they stay safe and get out of this place. Get out whatever they can to survive. If you want to live, you have to run. If you can't make it, then you're dead. It's a choice on how you want to get out of this box in order to be alive and to go back to your family and making sure that you're safe. So, yeah. All right, thank you.